Hello everyone and welcome to Shelf Space. I'm your host, Ross13, and today we are reviewing the G Reco and G Space Jahannam. Oh, I hope I pronounced this correctly. Yep, we got something from G Reco. Kind of a unique thing to this channel, but this is one of the kits that my wife got me for anniversary. And I had it on my Amazon wishlist because, well, I just thought it looked kind of cool. I don't know anything about this kit other than it's kind of a grunt suit. And I did a little bit of research and found out that it's actually connected to the, I believe it's called the Grimoire, which we see a variation of in Bill Divers. But that's enough about the background to this thing. Let's take a look at the box and then we'll take a look at the figure. So, we got very cool dynamic pose illustration of the Space Jahannam. I don't know. I'm butchering it. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Moving on. So we got it in a nice dynamic pose. And then we also got 1, 2, and 3 others. Oh, maybe 4 in the back there. All in different poses. Showing off. This one's showing off the sort of beam tomahawk weapon it's got going on. This one's just jetting around, and this one is using its beam rifle. I don't know the exact names on these. I can't remember if it says them on the box, but you know what? Let's find out. We got the G Reco logo up here, the G Reco logo. Reconquista in G is the full name of the series, but everybody just calls it G Reco. Little G Reco symbol. Space Jahannam 1144 HG, and then that in Japanese, and got a little blurb about G Reco. The Gundam Reconquista in G series of plastic models offers 3D models of mecha that appear in the anime series. They provide a high perfection level assembled as instructed and reproduce the accompanying weapons and characteristics and the characteristics and gimmicks of the mecha in great detail. Assemble this kit for yourself and experience the excitement of Reconquista in G. Bandai 2014, and this has a red Bandai logo on it, so that suggests to me that this is probably either a release from that time period or a reissue that was done before the Bandai Spirits changeover. Anyway, on this side we have front, rear, action, material, weapon. All the rest of that stuff is in Japanese, but we get some nice painted photographs of the kit. Mine doesn't look nearly as cool as that, but it's still pretty cool. Then, on this side, we have the same illustration as before, though it is much more sun-faded. So wherever this was at, it was sitting maybe near a window or something, but you can see the yellows are very pinkish and stuff, and everything's just kind of faded. This is apparently number 6 in the line. Then on this side, we have basically just a rundown of, I'm guessing, the kit and the story. Can't read any of it. Usual stuff. We can see that this was a 1400 yen kit. I don't know how well you can see it on your end. I can see it on mine. But it's been covered up with a barcode from whatever store this was bought from on Amazon. Then on this side, same as the other, but not as sun-faded. And we got Gundam info. No bluefin sticker or anything like that. All right. That's enough of the box. Let's take a look at the actual kit now. And here it is. And it is very green. It's also very Zaku-like, which makes sense because this is a grunt suit of some sort. I don't think it's like the primary grunt suit for the line, but we definitely get some Zaku vibes off of this thing. And it looks pretty neat. The color separation on it, if it will focus, please, isn't too bad. We do have some stickers on it. You have some stickers in the head, which I'll get into that in just a little bit. We have these little white stickers here on the shoulders, front and back. And we have these little pink stickers in the vents. But everything else is plastic colors. Now, the box does seem to indicate that these little vent thrusters or whatever they are on the knees should probably be purple. These probably too, similar to what we see on the skirt armor there. But truth be told, I don't think it looks that bad like this. I'm actually digging it quite a bit. We do have some color correction stickers here on the back of the heels, which seems a little weird. I feel like they could have done something different there, or just, accepted the fact that it had dark green. I put them on there just to see what they look like. They don't look horrible, but it is a fold-around sticker thing, so beware. But yeah, so far, not too bad. Let's go ahead, take a closer look at the head, and then we'll get started on articulation. Alright, so the head is on a sort of standard HG double ball socket joint thing, though there is a plastic piece that goes over the neck. And as you can see on the face, there are two stickers, a horizontal line and a vertical line. They're clear stickers. Let's see if I can show them to you real quick. These ones right here. And they give you several of them, I guess, in case you mess them up. I don't know if I did the best job on them. They look crooked now that I'm looking at them this close. It's an interesting effect. I don't know if I care for it too much. I may remove them or something. We'll just have to see. There's not a whole lot of detail on the face, but I think that's kind of by design. You have some vent-like structures on it, but for the most part, it's very smooth. And I was looking at this thing, I was like, I swear I've seen something similar to this before. And I was thinking, oh, it's kind of like the Spartan helmet from Halo. And I was talking to Shoki of Shoki Reviews about this, and he was like, oh, it's Doom Guy crossed with a Zaku. And I'm like, that's it! It looks very similar to the modern Doom Guy helmet. And that amuses me slightly. I don't know if I'm going to try to do any customizations to cement this a little bit more, but it has gotten some thoughts percolating in my head. So for the torso, we have some jointing that I think are like a couple of ball joints in the torso. This is where you can sort of see some similarities between it and the Grimoire. More on that later, trust me. So you get a little bit of bend and rotation. You can actually rotate all the way around if you so choose. You got your standard HG butterfly polycap joint, ball socket going into it. Then you can rotate the shoulder around. You can only lift the arm up that much though, because of the way the armor is designed. There's no hinging in here, so it will block things. You have bicep swivel. Sorry if it keeps going out of focus for you guys. You got a single jointed elbow for about 90 degrees, and then you have a ball joint hand with your basically standard articulation there, and it is easily removable for hand swapping, which we'll get into that in just a little bit. In the hip area, the side skirts can go up about that far. The front skirts can go up this far, which allows for a pretty decent kick up, though you do... Actually, I say fairly decent. I take it back. No, you can't go up that far because the chunkiness of the armor and stuff does prevent it from going up super far. You have a single jointed knee, which gives you a little less than 90 degrees. You do have thigh swivel, but be careful that's trying to pop out. And you have sort of a combination of ball and hinges that allow for your ankle articulation, which actually isn't too bad. Interesting thing, this has a premium butt flap. I was not expecting that. And you can kick it back like that. So you can get some poses out of this guy, but you are restricted a little bit. Though what he does have, he makes good use of. And he's kind of going, what's up with that? There we go. That's a little bit more combat looking pose. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look at his accessories. So to start off, we have his shield, which I kind of dig. It's got dark gray on the inside and a little ball joint thing going on here for the connector peg. And you have a folded up version of the beam tomahawk weapon just sitting there. It doesn't actually unfold or anything like that. Focus. It just pegs in there to be there, basically. On this arm and this arm only, you have a hard point that corresponds to this thing. So you just go position and come on. That shoulder armor is giving me trouble. There we go. Though, despite the issues with that shoulder armor, it does stay in there quite nicely, and really, I guess the shoulder armor kind of helps keep it from popping out too much. Next up, we have, since we're just talking about, the beam tomahawk, and I love the beam effect on this thing. It looks like it glows. Ooh. As you can see, I already have a holding hand, which it does come with attached to it. So we can just pop that off. Pop this on over here. And now he's ready to cut people up. And this is very cool looking. I dig the sort of S-bend thing it's got going on here. And just an interesting looking design for a weapon. Has a very sort of organic feel to it as well. Dig it a lot. Next up, we have his beam rifle. Very chunky weapon. Got a bright red camera right there. And it's your basic sort of cut in half thing, but it looks pretty decent. I like it. So, have a holding hand already on it. We're just going to plug it in over here, knock the shield off at the same time, embarrassing me on YouTube. Come on. It took me so long to get this on in the first place. There we go. And now he's loaded to bear. Very, very cool. Yeah. Overall, I dig this guy. He is just... He looks cool, and the color separation on him and stuff is actually pretty decent, I think. Articulation is the main thing that he does not have going for him, and he's a bit of an older kit, so you can forgive it a little bit. Just don't expect to get any dynamic poses out of him. But let's go ahead and take a look at some comparisons. So, I mentioned before that he's tangentially related to the Grimoire, and we have the Grimoire Red Beret from Build Divers right here. So you can sort of see some of the same kind of design language between the two. Flip the camera a little bit. See how the chest looks similar. And just kind of a similar design. This is a little bit more rounded off than this guy. But, yeah. Okay. And next up, just comparing it to a regular HG. Here it is next to the Age 1 normal. So you can see he's a little bit shorter than your basic Protag suit. So, yeah. Like I said, I dig this kit, and I think I could give it a recommendation. I don't think I would pay too much over standard retail for it. I don't know what my wife spent on it because it was a gift and you don't ask things like that. That's very tacky. But I really, really like this, and I'm super glad that I was able to get a hold of it, because I don't know if I would have gotten this on my own other than the fact that I thought it was neat looking. And I'm glad that I have, because it's just fun. It is a neat looking kit. It's a fun build. and it has some surprises in it for a kit of its age. So yeah. Okay, I think I'm done rambling now, so thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. Check the description below for links to my storefront where you can get official Shelf Space t-shirts and more. And yeah, thank you again, and I'll see you next time you invade my shelf space.